for the fans, welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota, home of that famous monument, Mount Rushmore. Also considered by many to be the healthiest city in America, where today the locals will get themselves a second helping of sim football succulents as the Lone Star Glory dig in to face the Sioux Falls Sparrows. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. My name is Josh Zirkle, bringing you play-by-play for today's matchup. And joining me in the booth is Wade Phillips. And Wade, both teams limping into this game with identical 1-3 records, but still a lot of team pride and some individual milestones in play here tonight.
Indeed, and it's really, like you said, 1-3 for both teams. Sioux Falls being the younger of two fairly young squads, but Sioux Falls especially young with 5 rookies playing in today's game. And really, it's just in the matchup all time for these two teams. Each team has a lone away victory, so that'll be something to watch tonight.
You mentioned the rookies for Sioux Falls. 4 of those rookies on defense, Wade, and their defense has had a pretty successful first quarter of the season. They are 3rd in the SFL in points allowed per game with 19.5, and 1st in passing yards allowed per game and passing touchdowns allowed. And this could be an opportunity for these rookies to really shine against the young quarterback at Lone Star in Ace Fennick.
That's exactly correct, and it could be feast or famine, really, for Lone Star. They could get ahead and really just get going, whereas Sioux Falls could, make Ace Fennick really uncomfortable all game long.
And Wade, it'll be Sioux Falls getting going first here. And their legendary kick returner, A.J. Levy, waiting to get this one. He'll take it upfield, and he is down at the 31-yard line. And that is where we will see the Sioux Falls offense, led by number 10, the 12th-year quarterback, Julian Tyree.
What can you say that hasn't been said about Julian Tyree? Just near the tops in almost every passing category and just is a legend in this game.
And Tyree will start under center with twins to the bottom of your screen. And the offset eye, nickel look for Lone Star. And there's the handoff to Colin Hart. And he's going to be dropped for no gain. And let's meet the rest of the Sioux Falls Sparrows offense. The quarterback is Julian Tyree. The halfback, the 7th-year veteran Colin Hart. The wide receivers are Gunnar Lewis, Al Dillapre Sr., Noe Terrazas, and Kay Marion. The fullback, Charlemagne Cornelius. And on the offensive line, Dusty Wilson and Nathan Furry. 2nd and 10 now for Sioux Falls. And Colin Hart will get the call again. Similar play around the right side, a little more successful this time. A gain of 5 to make it 3rd and 5.
Just to point this out, just a kind of off topic, Lone Star has some pretty fantastic looking uniforms in this game, but that time, Colin Hart just couldn't quite get it going. He averages 6.7 yards per carry this season, so looking to see if he can keep that going.
Tremendous effort in the first quarter of the season so far. Hart again, he's going to be well short of the line to gain. And Sioux Falls will punt on their first possession of the game, and we'll expect to see William Zederfeld, the 6'2", 215-pound punter, come on out. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. And now Deuce Fennick, who is a terrific kick returner in his own right, is going to return this punt and get this out to Lone Star's own 37. And now we will see the Lone Star offense take the field.
Yeah, the Lone Star offense is just a little bit more progressed than Sioux Falls in just the scoring category. But really, Lone Star's matchup against this defense is going to be something to watch.
Some young star players on this offense. We'll meet them in a minute. Fennec will throw it on first down. And that heavy set lobs it over the middle. A dangerous ball there, and that is incomplete. Knocked down by Derek Williams. But let's meet the rest of this Lone Star Glory offense. The quarterback is Ace Fennec. At halfback, Ike McBride. The tight end, Adam Williams. At wide receiver, Greg Soto, Dave Axis, and Deuce Fennec. Also at tight end, Ziggy Hronik. And at guard, Rylan Caudill. And the fullback is Pseudo Nakai. And Nakai will be on the sideline for this 2nd and 10 effort. Twins to the bottom of your screen. Nickel look for Sioux Falls. Ace Fennec, the lefty, throws over the middle. That is complete. A big catch to his brother, Deuce Fennec. And Lone Star knocking on the door in plus territory already.
Look at that, partner. That is just a rarity to see a quarterback throw accurately on the money, off the back foot, just something you do not see very often. And Ace Fennec right there targeted his man and got it, and that was just a fantastic throw.
Yeah, the footwork was hideous, but the result was fantastic. Out of the heavy set again is Ike McBride, her first carry of the game. And she's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage by James Kelly. Let's meet the Sioux Falls Sparrows defense very quickly. On the defensive line, James Kelly, Buck Behemoth playing in his 2nd game, and Biff Markham. The linebackers, Nick Fargo, Axel Raven, and Derek Williams. In the secondary, Terrell Davis, Jay Ringgold, Nathan Barnett, AJ Levy, and John Barnhart. And now 2nd and 10 for Lone Star. Fennec with a very short drop. Has time. Hit as he's thrown. Looking for Greg Soto. The Cuban missile. And that is a bit of a Cuban missile crisis. As Fennec facing pressure. Throws it complete 3rd and 10.
And they needed a binding resolution to make sure that was incomplete. Yes. Because that was going to multiple defenders that could have easily picked it off. But luckily for them, just incomplete.
You didn't hear it, but I was clapping for binding resolution. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Trips to the top of your screen. Excuse me. On 3rd and 10. Fennec in the shotgun. Here comes the blitz. Fennec deals to the right side. Finds Deuce Fennec. And Fennec is going to wander out of bounds short of the marker. 4th and 5. Not quite at field goal territory yet, Wade.
Nope. Just right a bit outside it. But, hey, that time they got something kind of going, but just couldn't finish it off. And now they got to punt it away.
Interesting note on both of these teams. Neither team spent big money on a kicker or a punter. There are 4 SFL teams that did sign punters to contracts, but this will be Williams Wiederfeld for Lone Star, who's going to punt this away right from the Sparrow's eye at midfield, and that is going to be very close to the goal line, but that will roll in for a touchback, and Sioux Falls will take over at their own 20-yard line.
I mean, in all honesty, when you're punting to AJ Levy, that's not the worst thing you could do to spot him at the 20, because anytime you kick to AJ Levy, you are just playing with fire.
That's an outstanding point. As we reach the 3rd drive of the game here with 7:51 to play in the opening frame. So glad to have you with us here on For the Fans Twitch. Josh Zirkle and Wade Phillips in the booth. Jacob Clear and James Walters on stats. And Tyree's going to throw over the middle. That is complete. And Sioux Falls first down of the game. I believe that's Gunnar Lewis on the reception.
Yes, it was, and that's exactly what Sioux Falls needs to get this started, and they need Julian Tyree on the mark, and so far, fairly on it, and that time 1st down, and really, if they can kind of get this running game in combination with these 4 excellent wide receivers, Sioux Falls can be very dangerous today.
Terrific pocket for Julian Tyree, who threw that ball into a very tight window with white jerseys and red helmets all around. Sparrows now up to the 34-yard line. Colin Hart gets a call again on 1st down, and he's got some blockers around the left side. And a nice gain for Colin Hart on 1st down, a gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Yeah, that was a great run to kind of get out there, but even better open field tackle by Evan Lacey to stop the run after only 6 yards gained, and that they are going to need a lot of that because Colin Hart, again, is just a phenomenal player with over 10,000 yards rushing.
And now they bring the fullback in for Colin Hart and give him a lead blocker, and he's going to be close to midfield. He's got a 1st down. And Colin Hart's starting to get going here a little bit, Wade.
They are getting him going, and that's, like I said, they need that balance because when they have that balance, they are very hard to beat. They got a little one-dimensional last week and unfortunately got beat, but really, if they could keep this up, they are going to be tough for Lone Star to stop.
Charlemagne Cornelius, number 20, the fullback, doing some work there in front of Colin Hart. No man is an island, especially here in the SFL. Twins to the bottom of your screen. Hart all by his lonesome in the backfield. And he will get the call on first down, maybe a yard. And you see the numbers there on Hart. Freddie Trammell, the fifth-year inside linebacker, among others, in on the stop. 2nd and 9.
That was a great job by the linebackers to stay put because they kind of tried to spread him out and open up some running lanes, but that time the linebackers were not fooled and stayed home and got that tackle.
Trammell and Jay Mart, the second-year player who came over from Jacksonville last season, the linebacking core for Lone Star. Tyree finds his man on 2nd down, and that is complete. And who is that masked man? That is Noe Terrazas, number 82. I believe his first catch of the game, and Sioux Falls is cooking.
How do you miss a 6'6", 235-pound wide receiver? And I can tell you, they're playing off the ball, off the line, and that time he got past the man playing zone and just was able to run after the catch and pick up extra yards.
And I'll say this, Wade, Julian Tyree has been on target on all of these throws. He's hitting his receivers right in the hands.
Yes, very much so. He's very much on target today.
Lone Star will stay in the nickel as Sioux Falls approaches the red zone. Another completion, and that is very close. They're going to spot that above the line to gain, or beyond that, excuse me, Al Dillapre Sr., his first catch of the game. Wade, everybody's getting involved on this drive.
You are absolutely right. Everybody's getting a target, and Al Dillapre Sr. just hasn't had very many targets this season, but that time they went to him, and they are just spreading the love around.
Sioux Falls goes to the double tight end set, and Hart will get the call again. Stutter step, backwards, forwards, and then ultimately backwards, a gain of 1 yard net. And that's Albert Begin, the strong safety, making that tackle. 2nd and 9.
I don't know what happened. I think he was just as confused as me. Kind of got there, found an opening, but then went back. But, hey, got tackled. Now they have to kind of start fresh and try to pick up a first down right here.
Tyree from the shotgun here on 2nd and 9. All four wide receivers in the game, including K. Marion, the only wide receiver without a catch so far. Tyree deals, and that is caught! And that's another Sioux Falls first down, and they're in the red zone.
Just zipping down the field, and it's been one after the other for Julian Tyree. He's just finding all the open receivers. That time led him perfectly, and Al Dillapre Sr. picked up just enough to get that first down. So Sioux Falls is looking very sharp on this drive.
They're going to spot this at the 10. It's not a first and goal situation per se. Hart gets the call on first down up the left side. He's going to be inside the 5-yard line. 2nd and 5.
You know, he had some running room, but unfortunately the blocker might have whiffed on that last block and just kept running. But hey, they'll take that. Now it's, 2nd and 5. Looks like if they can pick up just enough, they'll have it 1st and goal with inches to go.
That would not be an awful situation. I think Sioux Falls would be happy to punch it in here. Hard again behind Cornelius. And he'll gain maybe a yard there. They're going to call it 3rd and 3 from the 4. Outstanding pursuit by Albert Begin on the tackle.
You're perfectly correct. Lone Star right there sought out the running back and got him and blew up those blockers and didn't let anybody get a good block on him, and he stopped him for a loss.
Tyree, short drop over the middle, and that is caught. The referee signals touchdown. Gunnar Lewis in the end zone. Sioux Falls opens the scoring.
There we go, right there. Julian Tyree pays off the long drive with a touchdown, and it's really, I'd say that was mostly Julian Tyree on that drive, just picking the great receivers that were open, and really the receivers doing a great job running great routes and getting open. So excellent job by Sioux Falls and Julian Tyree to get that touchdown.
I totally agree, Wade. Tyree owned that drive. Certainly got a lot of help from Colin Hart. Colin Hart, who hit the century mark last week on just 14 carries. Looks like he's on pace to do some similar damage here this evening. As Sioux Falls wait for the extra point from Sammy Prefontaine. And that is good, and Sioux Falls is up 7-0.
And so it's been a great start so far for Sioux Falls, and really Lone Star needs to kind of regroup and get something going because they've got some weapons. They do have some weapons. If they can just get that running game started and bring a little balance to their offense, they can definitely put some numbers up.
That drive, 11 plays, going 80 yards, culminating in the 3-yard touchdown pass from Tyree to Lewis. And now Deuce Fennick will return this kick out to the 30-yard line. And his brother Ace Fennick will take over at that spot for their second drive of the game.
And do we see a hefty dose of maybe the run game, or do you think maybe they just try to definitely make an onslaught of throwing attempts?
Well, I tell you what, we've seen a lot of that heavy set so far, but they don't seem to be running out of it. I wonder if they're setting something up for later. And as it is now, here at single back on 1st and 10, and there's a catch! And that is the Cuban Missile, Greg Soto. Third-year man, the Cuban Missile coming through on that play, and Lone Star gets a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, they needed that because last drive they were just kind of quickly off the field, and now they kind of prolong it a little bit and gonna maybe, if anything, pin Sioux Falls deeper into their own territory.
Soto's 149 yards last week, led the team. 9 catches, co-led the team. Short drop for Ace Fennick on 1st down, going over the middle into triple coverage, and that is incomplete. An ill-advised pass. Nick Fargo, I think, got the first finger on that ball. 2nd and 10.
That definitely was a dangerous pass into triple coverage. And anytime you hear someone say throwing into triple coverage, it's almost never good. So that time incomplete. So the best possible outcome in the unfortunate circumstances.
Bunch set for Lone Star to Ace Fennick's right. There's the handoff to McBride. McBride will get maybe a yard. Outstanding run defense by the Sparrows. It's going to be 3rd and long. Fargo again on the play.
So far, Sioux Falls' defense has just not let Ike McBride get going, and she is just chomping at the bit, trying to find an open running lane to kickstart this offense with a big run and maybe get this passing game going along with the running game.
And McBride will be on Fennick's right hip here on 3rd and 8. Fennick in the shotgun. 6 defensive backs for Sioux Falls. Ace Fennick fires. And that is caught, but Deuce Fennick is going to go out of bounds short of the marker. And that's going to be another punt for Lone Star.
So far, it's been similar passes from Fennick to Fennick, but that time just not enough for the first down. And we saw that last drive where on that 3rd down, they tried that same similar pass, and it kind of went for a similar payoff. But now they've got to punt this away.
And a nice couple of plays there by Nick Fargo, who moved to inside linebacker. This is his first year playing that position. Had 13 tackles in week 1. He really has not missed a beat. Now in his 9th year. Actually started in season 7 at Carolina. Took a sabbatical of sorts. Returned to the SFL at the start of the regression era in season 10. And he and the Sioux Falls defense pitching a shutout. And now they will watch their quarterback, that man right there, Julian Tyree, try and lead another successful drive to the end zone for Sioux Falls. Bunch formation to Tyree's left. Colin Hart in the backfield by his lonesome. Nickel look for Lone Star. Play action to Hart. He's going to deal over the middle. And that is caught. Another catch over the middle for Sioux Falls. And I think that is that is Noe Terrazas. His 2nd catch of the game.
That was just a great sequence by Sioux Falls. Great protection, leaving Julian Tyree to have all the field to look at. Saw the man breaking across the middle, targeted Terrazas. Great pitch and catch, and now they're set up with another 1st down, and Sioux Falls right away is driving down the field.
Mickey McGuire, the cornerback, read that play but could not arrive to the scene in time. Charlemagne Cornelius will check back in at fullback. 3 tight ends for Sioux Falls. Colin Hart breaks a tackle, breaks a 2nd tackle, has a 1st down and more. It is out past midfield. An outstanding run by Colin Hart.
Absolutely outstanding. That was great blocking, not only from the fullback, but also the line and wide receivers to spring that. And you can't knock Colin Hart at all because he made it happen with the broken tackles, and now they are slowly but surely driving down this field, and Sioux Falls is presenting all kinds of problems for Lone Star today.
That was Freddie Trammell came off the backside to finally make that tackle after 3 of his teammates had failed. You see the numbers there for Colin Hart already, 49 yards. We're not even out of the 1st quarter. Tyree under center, twins to his right. Hart gets the call again. Hart's got a couple blockers, but they cannot meet their marks. And he's going to be dragged down after a gain of 1, 2nd and 9 for Sioux Falls.
That time it was a great job for Lone Star by avoiding all the blockers, it seemed, to just pinpoint the running back and bring him down for a gain of 1. And that was just a great stop right there.
And that will be the end of the first quarter. The teams have to switch sides, but you can stay right there. More gridiron action coming your way. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on For the Fans Twitch. So glad you're joining us here at Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Josh Circle, Wade Phillips in the booth. Jacob Clear and James Walters on stats. Cameron Irvine producing here on For the Fans Twitch. Sioux Falls has jumped out to an early 7-0 lead, and they're looking for more. Tyree going over the middle, and that is deflected and incomplete. K. Marion, the only player that doesn't have a catch, and Tyree is down. Oh, that is bad news.
Oh no, if he's out for this ball game, that is the worst possible scenario for Sioux Falls. That looks like the defender got back there, number 92, and got that tackle. Tina Begin got back there and brought Julian Tyree down, but might have been a little awkward, and now Julian Tyree may be out of this ball game.
And you can see the shoulder of Tina Begin right into the solar plexus of Tyree. The full front of her, 312 pounds. But as it stands now, Willie Beeman, number 7, is going to step in at backup quarterback. And Beeman alone, and what a throw! And an amazing catch inside the red zone for Sioux Falls.
How about that steaming Willie Beeman with the throw? I mean, found Noe Terrazas deep. Wow, look at that, the backup coming in and not skipping a beat and just throws a pinpoint throw, maybe a little behind, but now they're continuing to drive in the absence of Julian Tyree.
An outstanding pattern on the crossing route. Terrazas got wide open, and Mickey McGuire just could not keep up with him. And now inside the red zone, Willie Beeman, the backup quarterback, will throw again on 1st and 10. Sidesteps, throws into the end zone and a touchdown! Willie Beeman puts Sioux Falls on top by 14, pending the extra point.
Found Gunnar Lewis open. Just look at that. Just with 3 Lone Star defenders in the area, just put it on a dime. And that time, Steeman Willie Beeman leads them after the injury to Julian Tyree down to pay dirt. And now Sioux Falls sitting with the 13-point lead, looking to try to make it 14. And now Lone Star has to regroup and try to do something to turn their misfortunes into fortunes.
Unbelievable. Willie Beeman coming off the bench. Throws 2 deep balls down the field, both on the money. 1 good for a touchdown. And just like that, we are just barely into the second quarter, and Sioux Falls is up 14-0.
Wow, partner. I mean, if you told me Julian Tyree went down and on that same drive, a few plays later, they score using the backup quarterback, I would have said, no, get out of here. But hey, they did it. Crazy things happen, and even crazier things are happening today.
6 plays on that drive, spanning 80 yards, culminating in the 16-yard pass from Beeman to Lewis. And now here's Deuce Fennick. And Fennick will get this out to the 30-yard line. And if you're Lone Star, you just got to be shaking your head at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they did what they needed and were playing pretty well, but then just get that spark off the bench and not skip a beat is just something that is going to play huge. If they can continue that, Sioux Falls is going to be dangerous today.
Fennick 4 of 7 so far on the evening. We'll throw here with 4 wide receivers on 1st down. And now he's going deep, and he's got a man open, and now what a catch there! That is Greg Soto with a monster grab. And you go ahead and flex, young man.
Absolutely. Ace Fennick just showing off a gun right there. Just slings it. The southpaw just slings it down the field, finds Greg Soto, and that time Lone Star responded with a long throw of their own, and now Lone Star is looking to finish this drive off strong.
Greg Soto's going to get a little oxygen after that run, as will the rest of the wide receiving core. 3 tight ends out here for Lone Star. Ike McBride and Suno Nakai in the backfield. McBride gets the call. Can break the first tackle, but not the second. She's getting a couple of yards. And look who's there. Axel Raven on the stop, 2nd and 8.
The rookie got another tackle to add to his season stats. And that time, Lone Star went big. Sioux Falls went big. And Sioux Falls ended up winning the battle of the big uglies down in the trenches.
And I watched Axel Raven play a lot in SFLM Season 3, and I knew he would be good. I did not think he would be this good out of the gate. 36 tackles coming into the game here. And now Ace Fennick will drop back again, and that is complete to Greg Soto, but I think he's out of bounds. They're going to spot him incomplete, Wade, 3rd and 8.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you challenge that? I mean, because that, puts you...
It was close.
I mean, that's close. That's a tough call right there. I mean, it looked like he might have drugged the toe, but hey, it looks like they're gonna.
If you're gonna go for it here, I would go ahead and challenge. But otherwise, you're looking at a field goal potentially, even with a non-big money kicker, if you will. But Phoenix looks like he's going to try and get some more yardage here. Over the middle, that is complete, and that is going to be short by Elephant's earlobe. 4th and 1, complete to Deuce Fennick. Now that catch looking a little more significant. If that would have been a better challenge, I think, Wade.
Absolutely, because, I mean, at least you've got a shot of being close, because that right there would have put them at first down, and now they are going for it.
We have the offense on the field for 4th and 1. Sioux Falls showing blitz here. Ace Fennick. You see the head moving with the hard count. Play clock down to 8. And I wonder if we will see a play here after all. We will not. Lone Star will use its first timeout.
Yeah, it looks like they were just solely trying to get them to jump. And they saw something that did not work for that play, and they just took the timeout.
If you're going to burn a timeout on the hard count attempt, why not burn the timeout on the challenge?
Oh, I'm
where
with
you could actually get some stuff. I mean, you got a shot at about equal yardage. You're getting a 3rd and short instead of a 3rd and 8. And now you're at 4th and 1. Just thinking out loud here, buddy. I don't know.
No, I'm with you, partner. I mean, because at least you've got a shot at being closer to on that 3rd down where possibly get you a first down, but we'll see if they can convert.
Hugh Purvis for 42 yards, and it hits the crossbar. Oh, my goodness. You can't tell me that yardage didn't make a difference. Holy smokes.
Oh, yeah, because that's, 2 yards maybe? Doinked it off the post, or the crossbar. And, wow, just imagine if they challenge that and get it. Ooh, partner, we're looking at a different ball game.
Absolutely nothing has gone Lone Star's way in this first quarter plus here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Hugh Purvis, the Lone Star kicker, hitting the crossbar on a 42-yard field goal attempt. And now Willie Beeman steps back out on the field, and Beeman continues to deal. Another first down for Sioux Falls. And that is K. Marion, his first catch of the game.
Yeah, wheeling, dealing. I mean, Willie Beeman has just not skipped a beat. I mean, he's throwing dimes out there. And, I mean, if they can keep this up, that time it was to K. Marion for the first catch of their day. And really, Willie Beeman has just not skipped a beat. They can continue with Colin Hart and this passing game. Boy, I tell you, it's going to be tough for Lone Star to stay in this game.
And K. Marion is a she. That's confirmed from the stats truck. My apologies to K. Marion. And now Colin Hart. My apologies for that play as well, as he is hogtied down behind the line of scrimmage. And that is a TFL for Jay Mart, the outstanding second-year player who played his rookie season in Jacksonville. And I was surprised that Jacksonville let him go. But he did leave, wanted the test, and Jacksonville wished him well. No hard feelings from either side there. And now 2nd and 13. Willie Beeman under center. This amazing backup quarterback start. Now throwing for Hart. Ball's a little high, but he's got it. And once again, behind the line of scrimmage, it's Freddie Trammell this time getting a TFL. Going to be 3rd and very long for Sioux Falls.
So far, Lone Star is kind of held up on this second effort on this drive, and Sioux Falls really is kind of struggling to convert, but we'll see if they can maybe get a conversion right here.
Now Beeman by himself in the shotgun on 3rd and 13. 4-man rush for Lone Star. Beeman throwing big over the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white jerseys in the area. Ultimately, it's Albert Begin with the pass deflection. Incomplete. And Sioux Falls will punt.
That's the difference between Willie Beeman and Julian Tyree. Maybe Julian Tyree doesn't throw into, what's that, 5 defender coverage, but hey, he's trying, and Sioux Falls, unfortunately, that time did not convert on 3rd down and now are looking to punt. I will say, great job by Lone Star, though, to hold on that drive.
Absolutely. Just what they needed at just the right time. Deuce Fennick awaits the punt at his own 21-yard line. Makes one defender miss and will get out to the 28. Certainly an above-average punt return by SFL standards. And Fennick will stay on the field to join the rest of the Lone Star offense.
And we'll see if Lone Star can maybe get something started with that pretty significant stand on defense and maybe have their offense pick up their defense a little bit and score here.
3 wideouts in for Lone Star. Ike McBride in the backfield by her lonesome. Fennick will throw on 1st down over the middle, and that is complete to McBride, who runs back behind the line of scrimmage. And they're going to spot her. They're not getting her forward progress, Wade. They're going to spot that at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
That's a tough one. I mean, she went forward and then went back a little bit trying to make someone miss, but unfortunately that time didn't quite work out and gets tackled back at the line of scrimmage.
Just under 6.5 to play here in the first half at Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Lone Star has not found the end zone yet, has not scored any points at all. Ike McBride looking to change that. Will get out to the 33-yard line. And there's the diagnosis for Julian Tyree. He is out for the remainder of the game. It's the Willie Beeman show from here on out.
Yep, gonna cast him up, get him back out there next week. We have the best trainers in the world in the SFL, and now they'll look to get him back next week, but this time Stephen Willie Beeman's gonna take over in this game.
Ace Fennick looking to take over on this side of the ball. Finds his brother Deuce. Deuce has a 1st down and more. And that is Nathan Barnett corralling Fennick. Too little, too late, though. 1st down for Lone Star.
Yeah, that time Lone Star did all they could to get that 1st down, and that's exactly what they needed. Now they continue this drive, get closer and closer to getting into Sioux Falls territory and try to flip the script and put 7 on the board.
Pseudo Nakai checks back in at fullback for Lone Star. 2 tight ends. McBride up the middle. McBride will get a nice gain on 1st down, 6 yards to make it 2nd and 4.
That time she did get a pretty hefty gain, 6 yards, which nothing to scoff at, especially in this ball game when rushing yards for Lone Star have been few and far between, so they will take any positive gain they can get.
And they're going to stay in this 23 personnel here. 2 running backs, 3 tight ends. They're going to get her going no matter what it takes, and they do get her going past the marker, that is, and that is another 1st down for Lone Star, and a 1st down for Ike McBride as well.
She used her impressive strength right there to really kind of carry about 4 Sioux Falls defenders across that 1st down yard, and now they got that 1st down sitting close to midfield.
And Greg Soto will check back in at wide receiver. But they're going to the heavy set. McBride again. This time McBride corralled behind the line of scrimmage. And it's Derek Williams, the rookie. First time we've called his name outside of the introduction anyway. And that'll be 2nd and 11.
That time the rookie linebackers for Sioux Falls looked like swarmed to the ball carrier and brought her down for a -1 yard gain. And now they're back in that same formation.
Back to that split back, 3 tight end set. McBride again. It's Sioux Falls. It's there. Stuff in the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be technically a loss. And you see Sioux Falls celebrating. Hard to tell who was in on that one. Nick Fargo celebrating the hardest. Maybe it was him, Wade.
Yeah, no doubt. And really, to me, Lone Star hasn't had the best luck with that 2-3 look and might want to change it up a little bit in the second half.
Trips to the top of your screen. Fennick in the shotgun on 3rd and 11. Dealing big time over the middle. And a big catch. And it's Dave Axis going into the end zone for the touchdown.
How about that? Ace Fennick reaches back and just launches it. And Dave Axis brings it down and walks into the end zone. Absolute picture perfect throw and catch. I mean, let him just beat the defender deep. They went up for it and unfortunately couldn't get it. Dave Axis catches it and just scampers into the end zone. That's exactly what Lone Star needed to stay in this ball game.
The second touchdown of the season for Axis, and the first since the passing of his sister-in-law, Lara, who 28 months ago was diagnosed with stage 4 glioblastoma. And on behalf of the SFL, Dave, we continue to extend our sympathies to Dave and the rest of Lara's family at this time. But congratulations to Dave Axis on a well-earned touchdown, and congratulations to Lone Star to pulling within 7 in this game.
Absolutely. So now Lone Star can do a few things because now it's, one score ball game. And so a lot different complexities to the game when you're only down 1 score.
The summary on that drive, 8 plays, 77 yards, culminating in the 56-yard touchdown catch and run by Diva Dave Axis, his first touch of the football in this game. Now Levy will get Sioux Falls back up to the 34-yard line. And we're going to see some more Willie Beeman. Can his hot streak continue?
Yeah, do we see that first drive Willie Beeman or do we see that second drive Willie Beeman? Either way, pretty decent outlook, but better on that first drive for sure.
Willie Beeman got those long sleeves on. I don't know if he thought he was going to play in this game. We might see those coming off in the second half. Colin Hart gets a call on first down. Not a lot of room, but the legs continue to churn. And he's going to make chicken salad out of that play. The gain of 2 to make it 2nd and 8.
Yeah, took all those ingredients and made something out of nothing because he just kind of got held up at the line by kind of a bunch of junk down there. And the big uglies in the trenches didn't let him go any farther and only picked up 2 yards.
That was Nate Hall, the strong safety, coming in to make that play. And now Beeman will run some 23 personnel here. Hart in the backfield. A little counter play, and that goes nowhere. A host of Lone Star defenders in there. Nate Hall again. Freddie Trammell also in on the action, 3rd and 9.
Sioux Falls tried to take a page out of Lone Star's book, and that time didn't work at all and lost some yards. And now Sioux Falls, 3rd and 9, and going to lean on Steamin' Willie Beeman one more time.
5 wideouts for the backup quarterback. Beeman, pump fake, and now throwing over the middle, and has the man open! And Sioux Falls is going to get a big gain on this play. Down to the red zone very nearly. Beeman continues to smoke.
Absolutely. Willie Beeman saw 2 targets downfield and picked the one. Hey, either one could have reached up and caught that, but that time it was number 88, Kay Marion. She took that and got a big first down, and now Willie Beeman is driving Sioux Falls down the field.
And just like that, we've hit the 2-minute warning. Can Sioux Falls punch it in? Find out in just a minute. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on For the Fans Twitch. My goodness, Wade, what a game we've got so far.
Absolutely, partner. It is just a old-fashioned slugfest.
Willie Beeman, who came in with Julian Tyree, broke his arm earlier in this game, is going to take a sack all the way back to the 30-yard line. And that's Tina McGinn, once again, the quarterback killer, coming up with a sack there.
Tina McGinn just did what she does right there, got to the quarterback, and luckily for Sioux Falls, they didn't end Willie Beeman's night early as well, but that time the defense got a big victory, and now Sioux Falls is hurting on a 2nd and 17.
And what looked like sure points is going to have to be managed very carefully for a field goal. Beeman on play action will dump it off. I believe that's Hart. And Hart's going to break a couple tackles and get back inside the 20-yard line. Sioux Falls back in business on this drive in a 3rd and medium.
Time Julian Tyree got a little happy feet and got out of danger and just flipped it to his running back, and the running back picked up 12 yards right there on just a little dump off. So great job to get through that play.
Beeman out of the shotgun on 3rd and 5, dealing toward the end zone, and that is caught. Was he in bounds? No signal from the referee, but Kay Marion is dancing. She thinks she has it.
My goodness. I mean, Willie Beeman, can we say it again, just does the magic and finds the open receiver. Kay Marion got back there. She found a spot in the coverage and just found just her own little rented part of the end zone and just staked a claim and got that touchdown. Willie Beeman not skipping a beat and leading this team to 2 touchdowns.
And Beeman will stay on to hold the extra point, as the backup quarterback usually does for Sammy Prefontaine. But as you mentioned, Wade, amazing ability by Kay Marion to keep her toes in bounds for that pass. The extra point is good. The drive summary, 6 plays, 67 yards, culminating in the 16-yard pass from Willie Beeman to Kay Marion.
On that kick, it looked like Lone Star might have been able to block that, but unfortunately didn't get a hand up. But now, Sioux Falls is just hurting Lone Star's defense.
Deuce Fennick waiting near his own goal line to field this kickoff. Run it straight up, and he's going to get to the 29. Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net to learn how you can create a player, join our community, discover more on the league and the teams that play in it, along with a comprehensive history of the SFL, over 1,400 games, and thousands of players that have hit the virtual field. The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong. We are nearly 1/2 strong into this game, and we see Lone Star coming back into that heavy set. Nace Fennick will throw to Pseudo Nakai. Nakai's first touch of the game, and Nakai gets flattened for their efforts. That's going to be technically a no gain. 2nd and 10. John Barnhart on the stop.
Yeah, that was a great open field tackle by John Barnhart, because not many defenders can make an open field tackle like that on Ike McBride right in the open.
Lone Star will stay in the heavy set. Clock continues to run. 24 seconds remaining. McBride up the middle. McBride close to a first down, and they're going to hurry it up. Interesting decision here to not use the timeout after running 2 plays to keep the clock running and keep the ball in bounds. And now finally at 5 seconds. And now Lone Star will set up for the Hail Mary, Wade.
Yep. I'm little just bewildered by the call. I mean, I get it. It was working. I mean, they broke off 2 pretty big gains, but at the same time, you're running and you're burning clock. I mean, I guess they're just going to try to throw one up and say a prayer. But, I mean, hey, that's why I'm not a coach.
And the upside to this, though, just to take the other side of the argument, is that in the event Ace Fennick does throw an interception here, Sioux Falls has no time to capitalize on it. That'll be the end of the half.
Absolutely.
And they will set up for the Hail Mary formation. 4 wide receivers to Fennick's right. And he's got time to throw. No, he doesn't. He's going to go down in a heap. And who's in on the stop? That is James Kelly, the 4th-year defensive end, who had 1/2 a sack coming into this game. He's got 2 halves of a sack on that play. As we reach the end of the first half, Sioux Falls defending home turf right now, 21-7. Wade Phillips, your thoughts on the first half?
Beeman, Willie Beeman. I mean, to come in after the legend Julian Tyree goes down and to not skip a beat, throw 2 touchdown passes in 3 drives coming off the bench. I mean, what more can be said? I mean, for that to happen has been phenomenal for Sioux Falls, because it has kept him in the game. By himself, Willie Beeman has scored more points than Lone Star. So, I mean, it's a team effort, and Sioux Falls has had a great running attack to be able to keep balance and be able to have Willie Beeman find open targets. But Lone Star is trying to work out the kinks and really get a consistent drive going. They've had one in that first half, but they really have to get something going in the second half.
Yeah, and I think the Lone Star defense, when they were able to step up, some of that momentum transferred over to the offense, and Willie Beeman's going to be a huge challenge for them. As it stands right now, Wade, they only have 1 sack. That sack split between Juke and Rukin and Tina McGinn, who had the auspicious honor, if you will, of knocking Julian Tyree out of this game, making way for Willie Beeman. And if Lone Star wants to make up this 14-point deficit, they're going to have to figure out a way to corral number 7.
They are. And that, maybe is that possibly sending more blitzes or more people on blitzes or, just switch up the coverage a little bit. They've got to do something to make Willie Beeman uncomfortable and knock him out of his rhythm.
Absolutely agree. Lone Star will have the benefit of getting the ball first here to start the second half. Deuce Fennick awaits near his own goal line. We're here at Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Josh Zirkle and Wade Phillips in the booth. Jacob Clear and James Walters on stats. Thank you, gentlemen. Cameron Irvine producing. We're here on For the Fans Twitch. So glad to have you with us. And Deuce Fennick, even more glad on that kickoff return. And he gets out to midfield. Great starting field position for Lone Star as they start the second half.
Near picture perfect start to the second half for Lone Star. Just Deuce Fennick takes that, 35 yards to midfield and broke a couple tackles. I mean, that is exactly what they need. And now Lone Star is going to be just in perfect field position to be able to try to put points on the board. And really, it's been they've really taken the momentum from their special teams and defense. So we'll see if they can continue that.
Ace Fennick under center with McBride behind him. Fennick is going to deal over the middle. That is deflected and somehow incomplete. That is Nathan Barnett who got hands on that ball. His third pass defended, if you will, of the season, 2nd and 10.
Nathan Barnett is one of those big, lengthy defensive backs on Sioux Falls, 6'4", and so he can really battle in the air with really any receiver nearly.
Sudo Nakai checking back in at fullback for the split backs there. McBride will get the call. McBride can barely get past the line of scrimmage before being corralled. And I think that was Buck Behemoth, the rookie. Yes, there he is. Only in his second SFL game, was a week 4 pickup. Only joined the SFL server a month ago. And he comes up with a big play there.
Yeah, they needed it. Ike McBride almost took that and broke a couple tackles. She just kept those feet turning.
Ace Fennick going over the middle again. They're calling that a fumble, and Sioux Falls is going to recover. Oh, wait, I think we'll see a review on that, but it looks like Sioux Falls has a turnover.
Partner, I'm 100% with you. I don't think there was a catch. I think it was an incomplete pass because we watched this replay right there. Boom, boom, bang, bang. I think they're going to, if they challenge it, I think it's going to come back, honestly.
And the official is right there, and the official's not throwing the beanbag that we can see, which would designate a fumble. And there's throwing something right there as we see Albert Begin throwing out the challenge flag, and R62 will go under the hood. But I think we agree this is coming back, Wade.
I'm with you, partner. I don't think the receiver established the catch, so I'm with you. I think it's going to be incomplete.
I see 0 football moves between the time that hits the receiver in the hands and the time it comes loose.
After review, the receiver did have possession. It is therefore ruled a
wow. And there it is. The ruling on the field overturned. Lone Star will keep their timeout, and they will keep the ball as well. I think we agree that's the right call. Sioux Falls fans not excited about it. They should be excited about the serving of justice. But they're getting the ball back anyway because Lone Star has to punt.
Yep. So, I mean, they couldn't quite do anything with that great field position, but now we'll see if maybe A.J. Levy can get something on this return.
A very high punt. I'm surprised Levy didn't fair catch that. That is a stance. He got a few more yards out of it. And Sioux Falls will take over at the 18. And the Willie Beeman Show is back on the air.
Yeah, and we'll see if maybe Lone Star makes a few defensive adjustments to try to curtail the hot hand of Willie Steeman Beeman, and we'll see if they can maybe get something going on the defensive side.
Charlemagne Cornelius back in at fullback. 3 wideouts for Beeman. And Beeman will throw for Hart around the right side. He's got a little real estate before he gets blasted by Mickey McGuire. Mickey McGuire finally on the winning end of a one-on-one play in this game. The gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
To borrow a phrase from T-Roy Gaines, that time the running back got sent into the shadow realm.
Yes, he did. And what a better place to go than wearing those black jerseys with black numerals.
It's indeed.
Colin Hart very close to the marker on second down. And that's Jay Mart bringing him down 3rd and 2.
And that continues just kind of the balanced approach by Sioux Falls in this ball game. And really, that has been kind of the story of the day, really the balanced approach, allowing Willie Beeman to kind of thrive in this offense.
Cornelius will stay in, and he will block for Hart, and Hart has nowhere to go. You see Jay Mart and a host of others converging. Juke and Rukin also. And there's Nate Hall once again, coming down from that strong safety perch to play hard on the run. And that's going to be a 3-and-out for Sioux Falls.
That was most definitely a team effort because Lone Star stayed home and stayed in their gap assignments and were able to stop that rush before it started.
Deuce Fennick, somewhere in the midfield region. Lone Star's going to pressure this punt. They get it away. Fennick from his own 44 will get a few more yards, and that's it. Typically par for the course. And now Ace Fennick. We'll see if he can cut this 14-point deficit by any means.
Partner, I don't know if you've noticed, but this special teams unit for Lone Star is getting very, very close to getting a block on. That's the second time they've almost done it.
The pressure has been outstanding. It's just a matter of time at this point. McBride, flag on the play. Going to be stopped behind the line. It looks like there might be some malfeasance on the defense. James Kelly in on the stop. Let's see what the flag is.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get a free 5 yards here.
And they will. And that's going to be on Kelly. Disappointing sequence for the 4th-year defensive end. 6'4", 282.
That's something you just hate to see as a defense because, you know, you get something where on the play they don't do anything, but then, you know, you just give them a free play, so you just hate to see it.
You see Sioux Falls crowding the box here. On second down, McBride. Nice cut, has a first down and more. Breaks a tackle and gets inside the 35-yard line. The secondary of Sioux Falls had to make a touchdown-saving tackle.
That time, Ike McBride, she just took it and had great patience and vision to pick the hole and just blow through that tackle attempt, but really excellent vision to kind of find the hole, and then she just explodes and picks up that first down. So excellent running right there by Lone Star.
And Terrell Davis, you see there, in on that stop of McBride. McBride again. You get a couple yards and fall forward for one more. You see the numbers there on McBride. Not terrible. But at the same time, she is working hard for every bit of real estate she can get.
Absolutely. That's a 4-yard average, it looks like. But, you know, every single one of those yards has been hard fought, and she has been very impressive today.
3 wideouts now for Lone Star. Sioux Falls in the nickel. Ace Fennick in the shotgun. Deals to the left side. That is caught. And that will be a first down for Lone Star. Deuce Fennick just sitting there inside the numbers. Making a big catch there to keep the chains going.
The Fennick connection right there, and they really targeted each other and gave them forward progress for that first down, and they needed it.
Knocking on the door. Lone Star down 14. Ace Fennick dealing to the right side this time. I think that is Deuce Fennick again. No, excuse me. That is Dave Axis, his second catch of the game. Make it 2nd and 5.
And I know exactly why you thought that was Deuce Fennick, because they've targeted him, I believe, 3 times on that same kind of route, and that time it was Dave Axis' turn to get that catch.
Deuce Fennick actually leading all Lone Star receivers with 6 targets in sum. Soto and Axis with 4 each. Fennick dealing again. And this time, going to none of the above. It's the backup wide receiver, Ross McGinnis. As if there weren't enough starving wide receiver hands already, going to the backup wide receiver, Ace Fennick is to make it 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Ace Fennick had to get the ball out to anybody on that play because he had a defender right in his face coming to hurt him.
Double tight ends now for Lone Star. Pseudo Nakai in. McBride in the back, and McBride's going to have a first down. Working her way inside. The short yardage comes through in the heavy set for Lone Star.
Yeah, that time the blockers held up just enough for Ike McBride to kind of find her way through the line and pick up that first down, just enough yards to get it.
And we stay in the double tight end set. Jacob Clear in the stats truck pointing out neither Lone Star tight end has been targeted in this game. And neither will remain on both will remain untargeted, as McBride runs up the middle for a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Definitely have been using both those big tight ends as blockers more so in this ball game, really mainly running through that 2-3 offensive set, and so they've really leaned heavily on it.
4 wideouts now for Lone Star. 6 defensive backs on the field for Sioux Falls. The lefty drops back, and there's Deuce Fennick who gets detonated right over the middle. I think that's A.J. Levy doing the honors there. 3rd and 2.
Absolutely got blasted right there over the middle, but hey, Ace Fennick led the ball perfectly, and now they're 2 yards away from a 1st and goal on their own on Sioux Falls' 2-yard line.
Probably the biggest third down we've seen so far in this game, Wade. Heavy set. But Ace Fennick's going to throw. Hit as he throws, but it's caught! And look who it is. Ziggy Hronek. His first target of the game. His first catch of the game. And it's good for a touchdown. And Lone Star will pull within 7 pending the extra point.
There we go. And like you had just said, they hadn't been targeted at all in this game. The first time they do, it's a touchdown to big Ziggy Hronek. And there they go. And now they're closer to Sioux Falls' 21 points, and they're just right back in this ballgame.
A 10-play drive for Lone Star, spanning 51 yards, culminating in the pass to Hronek. The kick is up and good. And Lone Star makes it officially a 7-point deficit. Sioux Falls sees their lead cut in half. It's 21-14.
That was a 10-play, 51-yard drive, resulting in a 4-yard passing touchdown to the tight end. So excellent drive by Lone Star.
And now A.J. Levy will wait for this kickoff. At his own 10. And will drag a Lone Star defender out to the 32-yard line. Outstanding effort there by A.J. Levy, who has been masterful, not only in his special teams duties, but also on the defensive side of the ball as well. 3 tackles on the evening so far. If you're just joining us, Julian Tyree went out with a broken arm. Willie Beeman, the backup, is in, and he is dealing. And that pass just a bit outside. Going to be 2nd and 10. He hit the receiver in the hands, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah, he just like you said, just a bit outside, and just took it just a little bit out of bounds. And that time, Stephen Willie Beeman was just one of the rare times he's been off in this ballgame.
Absolutely. He has looked exceptionally on target. Wade, as you've mentioned there. Cornelius back in the game at fullback. They will stay in a block, and that ball just out of the reach of Gunnar Lewis for the 2nd time in as many plays. And Wade, I wonder if we're seeing some regression to the mean here as Willie Beeman having trouble finding his receivers after being so on target in the first half.
Absolutely. It looks like maybe Lone Star has changed something up at halftime to maybe take advantage of the backup status that Willie Beeman has been riding the pine this whole season.
4 wideouts now for Sioux Falls. 4-man rush for Lone Star. Beeman, a big shot, and that's caught! And that is Kay Marion. And she comes up with another big catch and a Sioux Falls first down.
Absolutely, a big target, and she took that 6'6" frame and went up and grabbed that ball out of the defender's path. And that time, Willie Beeman is just trusting completely in his wide receiver core. And so far, it has paid off in this ballgame because that is just another first down and really 2 touchdowns and just a handful of incompletions.
Kay Marion and Mickey McGuire both went up for that ball. And looking at that replay, I think either one had a fair chance of coming down with it, but it's Marion over the 100-yard mark for her efforts today. And now Willie Beeman throwing over the middle again. And that's another big catch. And that is Al Dillapre Sr. showing some seniority on that play. It's 1st and goal for Sioux Falls.
From all the scout team work I would assume Willie Beeman gets in practice, I mean, he is just finding all of the wide receivers for Sioux Falls. I mean, he has targeted, I believe, everybody on that receiver core.
It was really impressive. When a guy who just thought he was going to be holding a clipboard all afternoon steps out on the field and deals like this. Lone Star showing blitz. Here on 1st and goal, Colin Hart gets the call. Can't get out of the way of Nate Hall, who held up things long enough for Freddie Tramble to arrive on the scene and bring Colin Hart down after a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
You just know Colin Hart's kind of kicking himself because, he bounces that outside. He may be walking into pay dirt, but that time kind of got held up by the blocker and the defender right there that were engaged, but, they get another play at it.
2nd and 8, Cornelius stays in the game. He will block for Colin Hart here. And just nowhere to go. Lone Star gets themselves another TFL, 3rd and 9.
That time the defender just attacked the ball too fast, and that pulling guard just couldn't quite establish the block to seal off that edge. And that time the defense gets back there and blows them up in the backfield.
That was the backup free safety, Britt Slabinski. Making the stop. Beeman on 3rd down. Pressure coming. And he's going to throw it wide. Incomplete out of the end zone. Tina McGinn, among others, in on the pressure. And Lone Star's going to have to, Sioux Falls will have to settle for a field goal.
Absolutely. And they needed that. But, hey, they'll, I'm sure, gladly take this 3 points because that puts them up, 2 scores. But that time, Stephen Willie Beeman just couldn't quite find the open person in the end zone, and so they have to settle for the field goal.
Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. And don't forget SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL, and that field goal is no good. What a huge break for Lone Star. Maybe their first break of the game, Wade.
Absolutely. And better late than never. I mean, we're nearly 2 minutes left in the third, and they're, like you said, their first real break of the ball game. And now they are looking to turn this into points.
When you sign a kicker off the street, that is the risk you run. And that is exactly what happened to Sioux Falls. And Ike McBride coming out trucking fools on the first play of the drive. The impressive gain of 8 there to start the drive, 2nd and 2.
He got those feet churning and just broke through the tackles and just carried some defenders for an 8-yard gain. And she has just been kind of really just playing strong ball and just doing whatever she can to pick up yards in this ball game.
Studo Nakai in at fullback. 2 tight ends for Lone Star. McBride up the middle. She has a first down and a little bit more out to the 32. And we see that yards per carry ticking up a little bit as Ike McBride gets going.
She is really getting ahead of steam. I mean, you see her, it legitimately takes 2, defenders to bring her down. I've only seen 1 or 2 plays this game that she's been tackled one-on-one.
Empty backfield for Ace Fennick. Dealing this time over the left side, and that is caught by Greg Soto. And Greg Soto in plus territory for Lone Star.
And that's what happens when you get that running game effective, then it spreads out the entire field for your passing attack. And right there, they took advantage. And Greg Soto got kind of behind the defense a little bit, took that catch and turned it into a first down.
And Soto had to go up and get that thing too. He's got some hops. Ace Fennick. 16 of 22 on the day so far. Looking for number 17, dealing down the right side, and what a catch! Greg Soto again, taking over this game. They're in the red zone, or just outside.
Wow, look at just skies for it. That's the second time he's gone up and really plucked that out of the sky, because I thought that defender had perfect position, went up, but just really Greg Soto just skies it, mosses it, and brings it down.
Fennick threw that into double coverage, and that ball had to be perfect, and it was. Huge gain for Greg Soto, and now Ike McBride on first down. McBride dragging 2 defenders for positive yardage.
Making a gain of 3. I mean, if they keep leaning on her and she just keeps picking up a head of steam as that workhorse back there, she has a chance to really do some damage deeper in this game.
We got a 1-score game. Can I get some 4s in chat, please? Lone Star behind, but not out by any stretch. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on For the Fans Twitch.
Just looked up and saw that Tulsa's winning as well, 14-10.
How about that? Tulsa, Carolina playing on the SFL Twitch. A couple of great games here in the third block of Saturday action. And now Ike McBride up the middle, and Ike McBride pushed nearly over the marker for a first down. It's going to be 3rd and inches, Wade. It's another huge third down for Lone Star.
Partner, I've said it multiple times. Ike McBride is just a load back there. She can just churn those legs and use those big tree trunk legs to just churn her way into first downs like nothing. And that time almost got it.
And here we go. Sudo Nakai and 3 tight ends for McBride. She needs a yard. She's got it. It's going to be a fresh set of downs. It's going to be 1st and goal for Lone Star with a chance to tie this game here in the 4th quarter.
They leaned on her again, and she got that first down. And now looking like 10 yards to pay dirt. No first down and goal after, it's just, touchdown or nothing here.
You saw the shot of Adam Williams, the only receiver for Lone Star that does not have a catch or even a target. Does he get one here? McBride up the middle. McBride inside the 5. Finally brought down by a slew of Sioux Falls defenders. 2nd and goal.
My goodness, and that's just another run for Ike McBride. She just turns out a 7-yard gain right there, and it's been really leaning on her heavily through this drive, and we'll see if maybe they could punch it into pay dirt right here.
Nakai will stand. Nakai and McBride looking to block. No, Nakai's going to sneak out for the outlet pass, and that's going to be technically no gain, maybe a half a yard there. 3rd and goal. Who do you want to see get the ball here, Wade?
I mean, I'm going to have to say Ike McBride. I mean, she's been reliable throughout this drive, and let's see if maybe they trust her enough to try to punch it in.
I would hope so. Adam Williams and Ziggy Hronik in on the line. 2 tight ends. Sudo Nakai stand. McBride gets a call. McBride is in. Touchdown. We're an extra point away from a tie game.
How about this? And it's been the tale of 2 halves, really, for both these squads. Sioux Falls hasn't done enough in the second half, and Lone Star is slowly right back in this ball game. And it was a missed field goal on that last drive for Sioux Falls that really kickstart this Lone Star offense, and they just drove right down the field and put 6 on the board.
The missed field goal by Prefontaine really opened the door for Lone Star, and they just walked right through it. 10 plays, 76 yards, culminating the 2-yard rushing touchdown from Ike McBride. Her 3rd of the season. Hugh Purvis will boot the extra point, and Wade, we are knotted at 21 apiece with 9:04 to play in regulation.
Brand new ball game. Might as well be 0-0. I mean, it is just an absolute brand new ball game, and we love that. We said before the game, this could be a wild one, and so far it has lived up to that.
They've had some dramatic twists and turns, some outstanding performances, and we are not done yet, not by any stretch of the imagination. And now A.J. Levy will take this kickoff from his own 16-yard line. We'll duck a tackle and get out to the 31. And Willie Beeman, who came into this game after starter Julian Tyree broke his arm in the first half, has been outstanding, thrown 2 touchdown passes, shown tremendous poise and tremendous accuracy. but he has been playing with the lead up until this point. What can he do here against Lone Star? Trips to the bottom of the screen. Play action to Hart. He's looking to dodge tackles, and he throws one right on the money. Another huge gain, and Sioux Falls, just like that, is in plus territory. Gunnar Lewis making the catch.
That was just a great pitch and catch, but I have to kind of caution Sioux Falls to kind of slow it down on this drive, maybe milk the clock a little bit, because we've seen Lone Star is playing way different than they were in that first half as opposed to the second half. And so Sioux Falls has to maybe milk the clock a little bit, spread it around, and make sure Willie Beeman doesn't throw an ill-advised pass and really kind of lean on that rushing attack.
I think they heard you, Wade. Colin Hart getting a call here, and Hart with a nice run on first down. Out of that 23 personnel that we've seen from both teams quite a bit tonight. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
And really, that 2-3 personnel, like you mentioned, we have seen it, and so far in this kind of later stage of the ball game has been more effective, and I think that might be just kind of a war of attrition really down there.
They will stay in that 3 tight end set. Go to the offset eye. Cornelius blocking for Hart, and Hart gets the call. And Hart stopped behind the line. Nate Hall coming up again. Playing the run masterfully, especially on that play, to make it 3rd and 4. That's a TFL for Hall.
That was just a great defensive effort. It started at the line. They held up at the point of attack, and then that allowed the linebackers to really fill the gaps, and then ended in the secondary getting the tackle. So just a full effort by the defense.
3 wideouts now for Beeman. He will offset to Hart. And Hart, that is Cornelius, his first touch of the game. And Charlemagne Cornelius is going to be short of the marker. 4th and 3, and they are comfortably outside of field goal range. They're going to punt.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think we see a punt, and now Lone Star gets that ball, and Sioux Falls left 7 minutes on the clock for Lone Star to work with.
Yeah, not a lot of yardage and not a lot of time for Sioux Falls in that drive. You see pressure on the punt, but Max Moholt will get it away, and that is a masterful punt inside the 10-yard line. They're going to spot that at the 7 of Lone Star.
Better late than never, and what a perfect time for the punter of Sioux Falls to pin Lone Star inside their own 10-yard line. And now Lone Star has to kind of play with their back to the end zone. So it's a dangerous spot for Lone Star to be in.
And we're going to see Nakai and McBride in the backfield. And they are going to hand it to McBride on first down, who is corralled right at the line of scrimmage. And that is Axel Raven coming up with a big stop there. 2nd and 10.
You know, I got to watch Axel Raven a lot in the SFL season this past, SFL minor league season, and really he has lived up to it. Like you said, I did not expect him to be this good, but he has just been lights out.
Tremendous versatility and bringing a nasty attitude to the point of attack. McBride again is going to get maybe a couple yards here. Raven again, among others, this time in on the stop. 3rd and 7.
To me, it's almost like Axel Raven just plays a whole nother level in that 4th quarter. I mean, just comes to play, plays hard all game, but then that 4th quarter, just a whole nother level.
Tremendous instincts, too, which have translated very well to the majors. Short drop for Fennick over the middle, and a receiver blown up as the ball arrives. That was Adam Williams looking for his first catch of the game and cannot come up with it. And that's going to be a 3 and out for Lone Star.
Yeah, they finally targeted Adam Williams, just unfortunately couldn't connect. But, hey, Lone Star gets a 3 and out here, and now Sioux Falls right back in it to try to maybe punch back.
You know who else targeted Adam Williams on that play? The entire Sioux Falls defense.
Yeah.
They're going to punt it away from their own end zone. Lone Star has Levy from the Lone Star 35. He's going to get a yard. And they are very, very, you don't want to stay close to field goal range after the miss from earlier. Prefontaine banging one off the upright. Does that affect the calculus for you in the latter part of this game? They only need a field goal to win, but they need the field goal to go in.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they've been kind of just let down by their field goal department, but now they have to put something together, and Willie Beeman's going to try to lead this offense.
Twins to Beeman's left. Short drop on first down. And that might have been some miscommunication there. That was Rod Tidwell, the backup tight end, and I think he was interfering with the natural progression of the route. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he tried to show him the money and just kind of got in front of it and knocked it down, unfortunately, because it looked like you said, 2 receivers in the vicinity and just miscommunication.
3 wideouts in now for Sioux Falls. Both of the backs will stay in the block. Beeman, short drop. That is off the hands of number 36, or excuse me, number 38, Mickey McGuire. Very fortunate for Beeman. That wasn't a pick. 3rd and 10.
Absolutely. That was kind of just a head scratcher of a pass by Willie Beeman. But hey, it's, he was riding the pine and holding that clipboard not 3 quarters ago. So really got to give him that.
Stakes running very high here. Both of these teams, each of these teams looking for their 2nd wins of the season. Now Beeman with a big 3rd down, under pressure, 3rd and 10, throws a big one and what a catch! 1st and goal for Sioux Falls. What an amazing throw by Beeman.
How about that for the starting quarterback, Julian Tyree, to go out with a broken arm and then Willie Beeman coming in and just throwing the pigskin around, completing passes. That time, Gunnar Lewis took that and inside the 5-yard line for them. And now Sioux Falls is just staring at that end zone, just saying, how are we going to do this, fellas?
Every catch Gunnar Lewis has made in this game has been uber clutch. 2 touchdowns, but even all the other passes that he's caught have been tremendous. Colin Hart will get inside the 2. They're going to spot him at the 1. You see the running back comparison there. Both those backs working hard in tonight's game.
Yeah, really just doing everything they can to churn out every yard they can. And now Sioux Falls, 2nd and goal, 1 yard to go. What do they do?
Cornelius in the backfield with Colin Hart. 3 tight ends. They're going to give it to Hart outright. And he's stopped at the line. Can't get into the end zone. Colin Hart did not have the advantage of any of those blockers. And Freddie Trammell, the Lone Star defense, made him pay. 3rd and goal.
Like you said, the Lone Star defense just got back there in a hurry and stopped the offense of Sioux Falls from doing anything right there.
And now Sioux Falls goes to the heavy set. They're going to try and punch this in. Hart again. Hart to the 1, and Hart cannot get in. It's Jay Mart this time, holding Colin Hart out of the end zone, and it's going to be 4th and goal. Wade, what do you do?
Wow, partner. I mean, they missed that easy gimme earlier. So I mean, I just kick it. I mean, if you fail, there's still Lone Star's still inside, the 20-yard line. So I mean, it's just it's a tough one.
An 18-yard attempt for Prefontaine, who missed a gimme earlier in the game. Spot is down, kick is up, and it's good. Sioux Falls takes the lead with 3:28 to play.
Yeah, like you said, 3:28 to play, though, so Lone Star only needs 3 to tie, and if they get a touchdown, we could see Sioux Falls with the first time they trail in this ball game.
Visit the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL for an archive of every game, every draft, every moment you might have missed since the Simulation Football League got its start in 2013. YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, archive people behind the player segments, and all the major milestones in league history. And Deuce Fennick and the Lone Star Glory looking to make a little league history here. Still looking for that 2nd win of the season. They took Sioux Falls' starting quarterback out of the game. You would think that would be enough, but no. And now Ace Fennick has 3.5 minutes to drive his team to pay dirt. Sudo Nakai with the catch. And the fullback was get a few yards, not get out of bounds. Actually, they will stop the clock with 3:20 to play. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Lone Star, I mean, they targeted the fullback right there, who is a former running back in their own right, Pseudo Nakai, but just couldn't get it, only 4 yards. And Sioux Falls defense, if they can make this stand, they might be able to just end it on that next drive.
3 wide receivers in the game for the Glory. Ike McBride in the backfield by her lonesome. Short drop by Fennec over the middle. And that is caught! And it's Dave Axis! And he is on the run yet again! Can he reach the end zone? He does! Touchdown! Second TD of the game for Dave Axis. And Lone Star takes the lead for the first time today.
Wow. Now, flip the script. Lone Star's ahead for the first time in this ballgame. Like you said, since, I mean, it's been all game. They haven't led all game. And now that big bomb from Ace Fennec to Dave Axis puts the icing on the top of the cake. And now, oh my goodness, Lone Star pulls ahead, and Sioux Falls has 3 minutes to work with to try to, pull ahead, because they, a field goal doesn't do it unless Lone Star were to miss it.
Hugh Purvis missed a 42-yard field goal earlier in this game, dinged it off the crossbar, and that ball sails well over the crossbar. A 2-play, 75-yard drive for Lone Star, culminating in the 71-yard catch and run from Ace Fennec to Dave Axis, and that catch, Wade, puts Dave Axis over 2,000 career yards all time. Congrats again to Dave Axis.
Good job, Dave. Great way to go.
Hey, good job, buddy. We knew you had it in you. AJ Levy, who gave chase unsuccessfully to Axis, will now attempt to give his team some field position here, and does so with 3:08 in regulation. Sioux Falls at the 33. And now Willie Beeman, his greatest test so far, the first time he has played with a deficit in this game. They will start on the shotgun at 1st and 10. Hart and Cornelius at either hip. Low snap. Beeman handles it. Pressure coming. Throwing over the middle. And that is deflected. And it's intercepted. It looked like it got scooped off the turf, but it's Nate Hall. And Nate Hall's going to get a nice run back on this. And this might seal the game for Sioux Falls.
Partner, how about this? I mean, we thought Willie Beeman might be able to lead him, and now Lone Star's defense says, no, we're not going to let a backup beat us. And they get that tip drill and take it the other way, and now they're sitting with the ball in their hands, and they can try again to run this clock out.
The immaculate interception by Nate Hall. His first year with Lone Star. Coming up with a huge play. Shades of Franco Harris to boot. McBride on 1st down. McBride churning for yardage. A gain of 5 there, 2nd and 5. And Wade, I thought for sure we would see a replay on that pass. But no go, and it looks like Willie Beeman crashed back to the mean with a thud.
Absolutely, partner. And really, Lone Star, and that was Nate Hall saying here, first career interception right there, and could not have come in a bigger time in this ball game, because that might have set Lone Star up to pull ahead in this game for good.
Congratulations to Nate Hall. And now McBride again. Truckin' Fools has a 1st down and more. And she's looking to ice this game for Lone Star.
They've leaned on her all game, and really they're just going to try to ride her to pay dirt, because she has been just getting increasingly better. And right there, just threw that shiver, that forearm shiver and shoulder charge, and just knocked down the defender and picked up that 1st down.
2-minute warning. Can Lone Star close it out? There's only one way to find out. Stay with us. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on For the Fans Twitch. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Josh Zirkle and Wade Phillips in the booth. Jacob Clear and James Walters on stats. Thank you, gentlemen. Cameron Irvine producing. Sioux Falls facing a deficit for the first time this evening. Lone Star trying to close this game out with less than 2 minutes remaining, and now Sioux Falls will use their first timeout.
Yeah, now Sioux Falls has to burn a timeout to try to stop Lone Star inside 2 minutes. And really, Sioux Falls, if they can get a stop here, they have a shot because there's, 2 minutes left. So plenty of time to get something happening.
I would be stunned if Lone Star did anything but give the ball to Ike McBride at this point. And they do again, her 28th carry of the evening. And she is over the century mark in terms of yardage. And Sioux Falls will burn their second time out of the half.
I'm with you, partner. I don't see them doing anything but leaning on Ike McBride here. She has just been the workhorse. And really, if they can just lean on her and ride her to victory, they just need a first down here, and they've got it.
The crowd getting into it for Sioux Falls. The Sparrows showing blitz. Pseudo Nakai still in the game. McBride again. McBride is going to be corralled. And Sioux Falls will use their last timeout. And if Hugh Purvis is good on the field goal here, Wade, this is still a one-score game for Sioux Falls.
Yeah, partner. I mean, do you trust Purvis to get the field goal, or do you just try to go for it and ice the game? They're going for it. Or they're kicking a field goal.
This would be a 38-yard attempt. No gimme by any stretch. Especially for an off-the-street kicker. Spot is down, kick is up. And it is good. Vindication for Hugh Purvis. And Lone Star jumps out to a 7-point lead.
And old Hugh Never Nervous Purvis got that. And they just tacked on the extra 3. So they're up by 7 points. And now Sioux Falls has to get a touchdown or it is over for them.
And Willie Beeman, who looked so good in the first half, threw an interception. His first of the game on that last drive to Nate Hall. Here comes A.J. Levy to give his team the best field position he possibly can. Excuse me, though, that's Anderson. I do wonder what happened to Levy. Kiki Anderson, the backup strong safety, handling some kick return duties.
Makes me wonder if maybe A.J. Levy was still a little tired from the defensive series.
That may have been. We could have misidentified Kiki Anderson on that last play. Beeman throws to Hart, and Hart will at least get out of bounds and gain only a yard. And now a suggestion from the truck that the kickoff did not reach Levy, who was in the end zone. But instead they booted a pooch kick to the up man, which would have been Anderson on special teams.
And in all honesty, which isn't a bad idea considering A.J. Levy is a legend in the return game.
Absolutely. 2nd and 9 for Beeman. Trips to his left in a bunch formation. Play action. Beeman will dump it off to Hart. Hart scrambling to make it to the marker. He's not going to get it. They're going to have to hurry up. Huge third down here.
Yeah, they have to hurry.
Ill-advised throw by the unseasoned backup quarterback. Now Beeman again, still going with the play action, and will make the exact same mistake. And Jay Mart is going to corral Colin Hart. Some Mart on Hart action. And we're not seeing any urgency out of this offense at all.
None. I mean, they did the same. They called the same play, got the same read and same result, and now they're scrambling on a 4th and 2.
You can't play for the first down here. You got to get the ball down the field. Low snap. Beeman throwing over the middle. And that is caught. They're going to get out to midfield. And Sioux Falls scrambling here. That went to the tight end. That might have been Rod Tidwell making that catch. And Beeman will spike it with 37 seconds remaining. Don't touch that screen, mouse, or dial yet, folks. We're not done here. Willie Beeman, who came into this game in the middle of the first half when the legend, Julian Tyree, broke his arm, or had his arm broken. He didn't break his own arm. And now the backup, looking to get his team into overtime or maybe settle things here. Shotgun snap. Beeman. Big throw over the middle. And that's deflected and incomplete. Looking for it all there. Intended for Dillapre Sr. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
He wanted it all, and Al Dillapre Sr. couldn't quite come down with it because the defense just was there in a hurry, and Evan Lacy, it looked like, looked like a hat or a hand on the ball and just incompletion, but that was a great stand by Lone Star on that play.
5 wide receivers out for Beeman. Huge 3rd down. Here comes a rush. Beeman throws over the middle again, and Jay Martin doing some cleanup in aisle 7. Keeping the receiver short of the mark right now. 4th and 3. Beeman staying in the 5 wide set. Clock continues to run. 13 seconds remaining. Over the middle. And that'll be a 1st down, but they've got maybe one play here if they hurry up.
Yeah, they've got to spike it or something.
Anything. 3 seconds. 2, 1. And Beeman can't get it off. Unbelievable. What a disappointing end to an amazing game. Congratulations to the Lone Star Glory. Their 2nd win of the season. Wade Phillips, your thoughts on the game?
Lone Star played phenomenal in that second half. The first half was kind of a have to forget, but they came when it mattered and leaned on Ike McBride and their defense and got the victory. Ike McBride just came to play in that second half and made it happen. And Tina Begin really was the fire starter on the defense, getting the big, knockdown on that play that unfortunately ended Julian Tyree's night, but she got a sack on another play down the stretch. But really, Lone Star, great effort on all facets of the team, of all facets of the game today.
Yeah, you gotta really tip your hat to the Lone Star Glory front 4. Juke and Ruka, Tina Begin, who you mentioned, but also Bobo Caudell and Yogi Barr. They did a great job of pressuring Willie Beeman, especially in that last drive. You saw Bobo Caudell lining up Beeman there. But they also did a great job of corralling Colin Hart. Colin Hart, who we thought was going to set the world on fire. Remember, he had 50 yards in the first quarter, finished the game with 64 yards on 23 carries. This Lone Star defense really stepped in and shut it down and made plays when it mattered. Nate Hall coming up with that huge interception, the only turnover of the game, leading to that play from Dave Axis, his 2nd touchdown of the game. And Lone Star really turned the pressure up and comes away with a big win here on the road. And there's the interception by Hall there.
Yeah, his first career interception at that. And really, Lone Star's defense played a whole different second half. They brought pressure, made Willie Beeman uncomfortable, forced incompletions, and forced that crucial interception.
Who's your player of the game, Wade?
I'm going to have to say Ike McBride.
I would not be disappointed with that choice at all. I would pick Nate Hall, who had an outstanding game. You mentioned the interception, also had 2 tackles for loss, 3 tackles in some. But I think when this thing unrolls, I think we are. Dave Axis would be another great choice. His 2 touchdowns. And it's Ace Fennick, 284 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, 2 of those to the aforementioned Dave Axis. What an outstanding game. Congratulations again to the Lone Star Glory. For Cameron Irvine, Jacob Clear, and James Walters, for Wade Phillips, I'm Josh Circle. Till next time, we'll see you on the internet. Congratulations again to Sioux Falls. This has been the SFL presented by APM Music. We'll see you next time.
Go Tulsa.